Very good afternoon to you all. Am I audible? It's my privilege to be here, and the topic that we will be discussing, sharing with you all is leadership development. We have two of my colleagues will be discussing about leadership development in their respective organizations. And we have a consultant of 25 years of experience. I think he's most rich, so we can learn a lot. Yeah, 15 minutes or more, okay. And I would, in very first lines, would like to discuss my views about leadership development in PSU. The minute we say PSU, the first thing that came to my mind is a very, laid down employee who's not bothered about what is going around here. He's not to serve us. He's doing a favor to us. You would walk into any of the banks, you walk into your passport office, walk into any government office. He's doing the biggest favor by coming on time and sitting and trying to address your needs. Forget about finding a solution. So PSU, an efficient PSU for me is a myth. It can't exist at all, at least in India. But unfortunately or fortunately, they account for 22% of our GDP. And 5% from the 22 will come from structured organizations like all these PSUs. The rest comes from indirect tax and collections. Now our hands are there. Our future lies in PSUs. If I'm saying a well-performing PSU is a myth, where is the issue? I keep always wondering. In private sector organizations or in great business conglomerate like which I'm representing, I don't think that's an issue. Because we all know how our performance is going to impact the organization. We are very, very, very clear. Now what happens in PSU? In PSU, I presume the problem is in the ownership structure. Who is the owner? Right? In this whole ownership structure, if you want to do a deep dive analysis, you'll understand that the accountability is just dispersed. It's very clearly saying they go with the rule. Let me not contradict myself. If I'm saying there's an ownership issue, there's a structural issue. I'm sure you have heard about Singapore Airlines. Singapore Airlines, am I not audible? Let's look at Singapore Airlines. And let's look at Air India. Both of them are PSU. So if one is doing well and the other is not doing well, then it's structure the issue. I don't think then structure is the issue. The issue lies with governance. The issue lies with the culture. The issue lies with how am I going to reach to my customer? Is my customer important? Most of us, all of us who are working, irrespective of small, medium enterprise or large organization, the beginning and the end focus should be customer. And who is going to ensure this culture is going to percolate downwards? It's your leader. Now, leadership development is all about taking decisions. Yeah. Let me give you a small example. All of us know, and I'm sure at one point or the other, we would have directly, indirectly interacted with Bank of Baroda. That's a live example. The reason why I'm taking Bank of Baroda, the last chairman and managing director was Dr. Anil Patel. You already wondering why Anil Patel? He was in HR. He was in learning and development. He became the chairman and managing director of Bank of Baroda, I think from 1995 to 1998, if I'm not mistaken. In 3 years' time, he turned around the bank. The first challenge he had from learning and development, he moved from the comfort zone. He went into credit and operations. He understood the pain points. Now, from there, he took various roles before becoming the chairman and managing director. Usually, most of the organizations, especially CEOs, will always have the wish to turn around, to generate revenues. They all work on incentive models, especially the US companies. But he said, no, let me first understand that even the bank is a human institution. It is not an organization, it's a human institution. It is operated by human beings. And human beings are very, very complex. engagement, that is understanding what is the pain point and understanding what does the customer need. And is my last man in the organization understanding how he is going to contribute was the difference Dr. Anil Khandelwal had made to the entire Bank of Baroda. And in less than 3 years, he turned around. Because as a CEO, what he did was he started engaging with employees, his vendors at various levels. You'll see the Bank of Baroda brand also changed, the color changed. Because they understood, Dr. Khandelwal understood that they are not here to survive alone. They are here to succeed. They are here to compete with banks like ICICI. They had to compete with banks like HDFC. Bank is an example. I'm not looking at the bank. I'm looking at how this individual could turn around the mindset, turning the minds of the organization, Bank of Baroda employees, who did not have accountability, who did not want to take any accountability. So the decision here lies in what can I foresee. He understood that at one point of time, digital technology is very, very important. Why did he lose customers? He lost customers not because of the rate of interest. It was as competitive as any other bank. Because the process cannot be rigid. There should be some flexibility. Who is addressing this process? Are we taking the right kind of decisions? What are the enablers? So your leadership development means foreseeing what others can't foresee, influencing them and engaging them. I just have a small quote. People who change after change will survive. People who change with change will succeed. People who cause the change are leaders. So while we talk about great organizations, who have turned around or who have, brought a complete paradigm shift, I would always say leadership development will happen with each one of us, where the circle of influence lies in engaging with our respective stakeholders. I just have a point here to share with you. What happened in Bank of Baroda was very, very important. Bank of Baroda understood that they needed a lot of financial inclusion. They had to go, instead of fighting with A-tier companies, they had to go to B-tier cities, C-tier small towns. So the complete mind shift, going back and challenging your existing process of success, that lies your leadership development. For example, in Aditya Birla Group, we are very, very clear. We know by 2016, each employee across the Aditya Birla Group knows what our revenue should be. By 2016, we know that we have to be 65 billion and with 10 billion EBITDA. So each of us will know how many P&L leaders the organization needs and where are the P&L leaders. How are we going to scout for potential? You don't need to scout for managers. You need to scout for potential. How do you know that you're scouting for potential? Anybody who can challenge the existing process. Anybody who can challenge the business model and can make a difference. I think there lies your leadership development.